Okay, lecture 5. On lecture 5, we discussed about cursor in the beginning. So, cursor is a container of record set. When you want to deal with the record set, which implies like multiple records are there, and you want to do operation on that, um, so uh, you can use one of the tool called cursor. So SQL Server cursor has a specific syntax for that. Yellow highlights are the syntax. Declare cursor, open cursor, fetch cursor, and close cursor, delocate cursor. So on a variable, you can have only one value, but when we want to fetch all the records, all the employees, we want to select and put it into one variable. We cannot do that. We have to do it one by one, and when we retrieve the record, we have to put it somewhere, and that container can be used as a cursor. So here, as you can see, the first line of the cursor, declare a cursor. Cursor name is crfetch for this, for the select statement. So this select statement will select 12 employees or number of employees, and then that all the employees name will be on this cursor. So it's a record set of 12 records you can consider. And second step will be you are opening that cursor, and fetching cursor means like you are retrieving the first row from there, and then and then you are putting it into, it says the fetch next and put into ename. So name is coming from that cursor, and you are putting it onto the variable you have declared here, ename. Okay, and then when cursor is not empty, this means the line means cursor is not empty. uh, so this is a built-in cursor function. uh, so once the reading is done, the value becomes negative minus negative 1. Unless it's negative 1, the value remains 0. So what we will do, we will go into beginning, and we will print the name, ename welcome. So first name will be printed here, and then it will fetch the next one into ename. So next person came into it, and then it will go back to while statement. Here still it's not empty. Now, okay, then it will go and print the second person. Then again it will fetch the another person, third person, and will go here, and it's still not empty. It will print that way unless until all the employees are fetched one by one. It will be printing that way. Once the fetching is, all the records are done, it will become -1, and when it goes back to while statement, it will check the value is -1. So this statement not equal to -1 is false, so it will come out from the cursor, and then next statement will be close the cursor that I have opened, and then delocate. Delocate means the record set that you have, you are just delocating that, so you don't have any data on the cursor. So let's see the example in Management Studio. Here you can see I have executed that. So if you select just run the first statement, you will see 12 records there. Okay, and one by one, when you open, for here Adam will come, so this will remain Adam, and then this statement is true, which is like my cursor is not empty, it's going inside and printing Adam plus welcome. Then it's going to second record, it's and getting on ename variable, it's putting there Alan, then going back and printing here Alan welcome, because it's the cursor is not empty. Unless it reaches here, it reads here, it will go over and over in while loop. Okay, in while condition. um, so and do whatever action is there within begin and end. And once the reading is done, it's closing it. So let's execute one more time. I can do separate execute. I can execute separately two statements so that you can see it. In message you will be able to see, because here's the record 12%. In message you will see uh, welcome Smith. Everybody is coming here on that. The order is not matter here. Whatever way it's fetching, it's everybody is coming here. You can change the order by whatever you prefer. So that's all from the cursor. While loop, it's a part of control flows. If you want to iterate something over and over, you want to do it over and over for certain time, you can use while loop. Like you want to print certain people's name over and over, or you want to print some number over and over, you can use while loop. We will see in the example. So first line, we have declared a variable a and then set at a2. So value is 2, while this statement is true. So 2 is less than 10, true. It will go here, print hello world, and then set at equal to at plus 3, which is like 2 plus 3, 5. So for now, this is an additional part. I will just remove that. So, and then it will go back. Okay, it will go back, come here, and then it was 5 less than 10, true. It will go inside and will print hello world, and then again it will be 8 plus 3, 11 less than, that is false. It will come out from the while loop. So it's going inside over and over unless and until this is false, this statement is false. So it comes with a value, okay, checking it. This is a condition. While condition is true, so the structure of while is this, that unless and until condition is false, you go and do your task and come back and check every time that condition is false or true. Once you find condition is false, you come out from the while loop. So this is the while loop structure. So within begin and end, whatever you have, do it over and over unless until this condition is false. It will come with the first line. If it's false, it will not go inside. If it's true only for the first time, it will go inside, and then we'll come back again, check whether it's true. If it's true, it will again go inside, and then iterate again and again unless it's false. If it's false, it will come out. So let us see the example. Added one more line just to show the value of the variable that we have used. So starting from the first line, variable declaration, set value 2 on the variable, then it's coming on the while loop. Alignment on the coding is very important, so please don't put the code whatever inside you have of begin and end, don't put here. You can select everything that is there and then press tab. It will go move onto the right as much as possible so that indent are nice and you can it's readable. So so first it will the condition is true, so which is like 2 is less than 10, going inside, printing 2, and then printing hello world, and then second it's coming back, and then it's the value becomes 5 here, so 5 is true, it's printing 5 hello world, and then it becomes 8, going back with 8, true, go inside, print 8, print hello world, 11, a became 11, and then it fails here and comes out. So this is the loop concept. So now I have added few lines here. Additionally, I added these lines now to show you two things. One is like a break and continue term, how break and continue works. So we have put here within my begin and end and of the loop another condition there. So once it goes, let's say with the 2 number, it's 2, it's printing 2, and then hello world, and then making it 5, and it's coming here and checking if a is equal to 8, which is not true. So it will go, if became false, so else continue. Okay, continue means it will go back next line and then begin. So the value is now 5, so it's fine, it's 5. We'll print, and this becomes 8 now, which is true. Then break, and it will come out from there. So it will print 8 and then come out. So that is what about the break and continue. Dynamic SQL. Dynamic SQL usage is very important, especially as a DBA. So if you want to run something during runtime, run a query during runtime, Dynamic SQL has to be used. So the requirements could be like, suppose you have you have certain names, and for each name you want to write a select statement and want to execute. This is the example that we have given. Okay, so you have to write basically 14. You know, the employee that you have is like 14 employees you have. So for each employees you will write select star from employee, where employee name is like the person's name. So you have to use cursor here. It's one of the usage of cursor is this. So you on your container, you cursor container, you have all 14 records, and you are fetching one by one, and you are making this select statement for each of the employee and executing them. So 14 times you are selecting, you are executing a select statement 14 times for each of the employees. So I will show you first what exactly we are doing, then we will be able to read it a little better. So here you can see that let's say we were told like read all the name from table. Read all the name from table, and for each employee you need to run the select statement and execute it. Okay, so now if this task is there for like 100 people, you don't know how many people are there, you don't want to write 100 select statement there, that okay, I can write 14 select statement from there, from the table. But if you are told okay, you have 500 employees, do you want to write SQL statement like that 500 times? You don't want that. So the best way is to create the script on runtime, so and execute them. So how we can create this SQL statement, we will see that. So here we have declared a cursor, variable is SQL statement, add the SQL, and then a variable ename, employee name, and then I have cursor that is fetching cr fetch cursor, employee name. Then it's fetching from, so select, my cursor has all the employee name from employee table. Okay, and then I have opened the cursor here and then fetch cursor. So first person came into this variable, and then the condition is not empty, cursor is not empty with the -1 statement. And then begin, what it will do, I have a variable SQL, so and SQL is a character type, so string. So I'm writing here a select statement and saving it on SQL. So I cannot just write like a select because it's a string. So if you allocate, just to make sure, okay, So if it's a character type variable and you want to do like set um, at SQL equal to a string, you want to assign it there, you have to write this way, test. You cannot write just test. Okay, that's not the right way. So it will not, it will say it has error. So that's what I'm doing here. I am writing basically on SQL the code for that. So entire thing is there up to this as a string. Now this will not treat us as single quote. When you print it, the single quote will not come because it's a string anyway. But the quotation, single quotation is required to consider that as a string or character. Um, so we are assigning that to SQL variable. Then additionally, you know this statement that like, and then in single quotation you have to put the name here. So suppose you want to write the statement select star from DPT where D name like, and then you put New York or something, new. Okay, and then you write that way. This is your select statement on department table. Okay, I don't think there is any record on the department table, but this is the way you write a string, something like string, you put it there. So it will be location. So location like that. Whenever you have something like that, you want to put it here, you can put directly Dallas here like that in strings. So Dallas, so it will show that way, single quote, any text you want to. You cannot just write Dallas, it's a wrong statement. SQL Server will not treat Dallas as a string if you put it like that. So you have to put it single quote to treat it as string, where like Dallas. Okay, now here you can see now I have entire string here, and then you have single quote name. So this, to understand for SQL Server, single quote is represented by this 4 character. 4 character means single, 4 times single quote, 4 times single quote. In the middle you have the name, so which implies the person's name, like Blake, single quote, single quote. So this is equal to this line. Okay, the enter statement, this is the employee name, you are getting Blake or whatever, and then on the beginning you have single quote, at the end single quote. 4 lines, 4 times single quote, 4 times single quote. So that is the interpretation of that, and then you are just assigning the entire thing to SQL statement. Now you print and see what is getting printed. So printing the strings for that. So Smith, Allen, everybody is coming like that first. Now this is an executable statement. If you run that, okay, all the statement will be executed 14 times. Now you don't want to run somewhere else. You have to run when your query is running during runtime. You don't want to save it. So all you have to do is like execute. You have SQL statement. Any SQL statement you have, you can execute this way. If it's correct statement, you can just put it there, exit. I will comment out the print, exit SQL statement. So it's executing 14 times the select statement in runtime. That is dynamic SQL.